I want to get closer.
What's going on, YouTube? It's the Bushy Beard, and we're back
and bushier than ever.
And right now, I got Bushy Mom with me. She likes to be on the channel, and I like having her on the channel as well. It's kind of something we've done for a long time.
It's our bonding
thing.
thing.
Will you turn the light on, actually?
Oh, I'll go turn on the light.
Yeah, and while she does that, I'll just sit here and smile. Anyways, we had a pretty important election here recently, and this is one of Trump's nominations to be the head of the FBI.
Okay, I just want to say this. I don't talk politics, and now he's getting me suckered into these.
I'm not trying to do it for political opinions.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what you think of the person.
Okay.
More so than get your political opinion about who you voted for or anything like that.
Okay.
That's not something we're going to go into.
We agree on it, but I just don't like to talk about it.
Yeah. And so this is just the head of the FBI. This is Trump's nomination. They're doing a confirmation hearing, which means he has to get confirmed in front of the Senate. And this is his opening statement to the Senate.
He looks too old,
That's
first
not
of
him.
all. Oh. Sorry.
Please
His name is Kash Patel.
And raise your hand.
Okay, good.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give to the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. You may proceed.
Can I make a statement here?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they took the "So Help Me God" out of those kind of pledges, like in the court and stuff.
It differs on who says it.
Oh, okay.
It's not mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it. You don't have to say it.
Okay.
Chairman Grassley, Ranking Member Durbin, and members of the Judiciary Committee, thank you for the opportunity to appear today. I must start with a word of prayer for the tragic accident that befell our nation last night, where we lost civilians and service members. I pray for their families. I pray for law enforcement and military personnel, and I pray for their souls, and hopefully God will find them peace in the near future.
Amen.
I'd like to welcome...
Good start, right? Yeah. The airplane crash happened like the night before this.
I got that.
Okay. Yeah.
My father, Pramod, and my mother, Anjana, who are sitting here today. They traveled here to get here from India. My sister's also here, Nisha. She also traversed the oceans just to be with me here today. It means the world that you guys are here. Jesse Krishna. I wouldn't be here today without their guidance, their unwavering support, and their relentless love. When President Trump informed me of his intention to nominate me as the director of the FBI, I was deeply honored. Sitting here today, I carry not only the dreams of my parents, but also the hopes of millions of Americans who stand for justice, fairness, and the rule of law. My commitment to these principles is deeply rooted in my family's history, which has profoundly shaped my worldview. My father fled Idi Amin's genocidal dictatorship in Uganda, where 300,000 men, women, and children were killed based on their ethnicity, just because they happen to look like me. My mother is originally from Tanzania. She studied in India, as did my dad, and they were married there. They would later emigrate to New York, as the senator pointed out, where I was born, and we were raised in a household of my father's 7 siblings, their spouses, and at least half a dozen children. That's the only way we knew how to do things at the time, in the 70s and 80s, the Indian way. But we would soon learn the American way.
So what do you think so far? Just hearing a bit of the backstory of his family moving to America and settling here.
That's what we're here for.
Right. And I think...
coming legally.
Right. And I think that's the biggest misconception in today's political world, is that conservatives or Republicans are anti-immigration.
Oh,
we're not. We're anti-illegal immigration.
Right.
And we want people to come here because we understand diversity is kind of what makes us great, but we also don't want people to come here illegally and not reap the benefits of what America has to offer.
Well, they reap plenty of benefits, but they don't
Yes.
contribute.
Right, but some of them.
Some
contribute.
I know.
Some will contribute.
That was spoken too harshly.
Yeah,
Fast.
and what the problem with it is a lot of them who do contribute get less wages. Mm-hmm. They get unfairly treated, and I don't think that's good for anybody.
I think even people who come over here legally have the same issues.
They do.
I mean, I've met lots of people.
Well, not pay wise. They can't get under minimum wage.
Well, right, okay, but they can't work in their trade that they were skilled trade people,
right? Because of their education.
Because of the education system.
Yeah,
so.
and I think there's pluses and minuses to that, right? So the pluses is we ensure that everybody has gone to schools that are accredited and are gone through everything the correct way. To ensure the best outcome for people, safety and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But there are ways that once they're here, they can then go to get that education that they need. Mm-hmm. So I thought pretty good background.
He's very well versed too. He's a good speaker.
Yeah.
These values have shaped and been the driving force of my career in 16 years of government service. Protecting the rights of the Constitution is of the utmost importance to me and has been every single time I've taken that oath of office. The recent terrorist attacks in New Orleans tragically claimed the lives of 14 innocent Americans and serve as a stark reminder that our national security is at threat, both internally and externally. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Department of Justice, where I served, play a pivotal role in securing our freedoms and our safeties for American citizens. If confirmed as the next FBI director, I will remain focused on the FBI's core mission. That is to investigate fully wherever there is a constitutional factual basis to do so, and to never make a prosecutorial decision that is solely the providence of the Department of Justice and the Attorney General.
So, separation of powers, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which I agree with.
Well, yes, and that he would have been asked that in the questions anyway, like the lady the other day.
The Attorney General one.
Yes.
Yeah.
They kept
Bondi
saying, "Well, what happens if Trump told you to do this and Trump told you to do that?"
Yeah.
Of course, no one is above the law.
Right.
The first 8 years after law school, I served as a public defender, first for Miami-Dade County and later for the Southern District of Florida. During that time, I represented some pretty awful human beings, charged with some pretty heinous crimes. But what I learned there was the core value that has been enshrined in me since, that due process must be provided without bias to all Americans. And if we cannot provide due process to the worst, then there can be no due process for anyone, and our constitutional republic fails. But I battled on that hill for that due process. I would later serve in the Obama Justice Department as a terrorism prosecutor in the National Security Division, where we successfully contributed to the prosecutions of terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, and others. I was honored to receive the 2017 Assistant Attorney General's Award from Loretta Lynch for my work in helping the Ugandans bring members of Al-Shabaab to justice for murdering 74 innocent people, including an American. I would also receive the Human Intelligence Award from the intelligence community for related work on that mission. My experiences at the National Security Division and would later be followed by my experiences on the National Security Council as Senior Director for Counterterrorism, and later as the Deputy Director of National Intelligence, responsible for the production, creation, and promulgation of the Presidential Daily Briefing, our nation's most sensitive classified information and secrets to protect our country. My time in the White House was preceded by my time right here in Congress as a staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, where I spearheaded the investigation that exposed serious FISA, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, abuses by members of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That misconduct eroded the public trust in our FBI.
Do you know what he means by that? So the FISA court is kind of a secret court that the Justice Department and the FBI can go to with warrants to surveil American citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And what was found was that a lot of these applications, there was fraudulent information in order for them to target
Obtain the
people.
information.
Right.
Yeah.
And in order to get the surveillance warrants or whatever it is, and then they could target individuals who they wanted to. And so, which is wrong.
Right.
You don't lie in any kind of thing
right.
in order to try to get ahead. So they're kind of making up stuff in order to be able to collect intelligence on certain people, and that's wrong. So, and I guess he was the one that kind of found out that was happening. And reported
okay.
it.
The erosion of trust, as Chairman Grassley pointed out, is all too low today. 40% of Americans have trust in the FBI. In order to get it back, there's a twofold track, Senator. One, violent crime is exploding in this country, and we cannot afford them to allow it to run away. We must tackle violent crime. Just in 2023 alone, there was 100,000 rapes, 100,000 drug overdoses, and 17,000 homicides. The priority of the FBI, if I'm confirmed, will be to ensure that our communities are protected and safeguarded and our children have parks to play in and not needles to walk over.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, when you hear people talking about San Francisco and other places like that and having all sorts of things that...
just around.
That your kids are exposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want stuff like that for children, for adults, and we want to make sure that people get help that they need, you know?
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. I'm trying to very much keep an open mind, but what he's talking about the trust and stuff, I'm like, I don't believe anything anybody says.
I get that.
So, I mean, he's making a very good speech, but unless he
follows it with actions.
Unless he gets confirmed and follows it with action, I have a...
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep an open mind.
You're skeptical.
Yes.
Skeptical. I get that.
The way we do this, we let good cops be cops. We let law enforcement, and we provide them with the tools necessary and resources they need to get after violent crime. The second way we do this on equal track is aggressive constitutional oversight from Congress. The public trust can only be restored if there is full transparency, and I am committed to that full transparency. Members of Congress have unfortunately submitted hundreds of questions that have been unanswered by the FBI in recent times. That will not occur if I am confirmed. All appropriate requests for information will be responded to expeditiously and fully. I am committed to working alongside the dedicated men and women of the FBI. They are our warriors of justice, and I will always have their backs because they have the backs of the American people. I look forward to answering your questions, and I want to take a moment to thank my family, my friends, people who traveled here, and my entire team that has made this day possible. God bless America, and I look forward to your questions.
I think it's good. I hope it's not lip
it's all the
service.
right things.
Yeah, hopefully it's not lip service, and hopefully he does what he says he's going to do.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it. Again.
Okay, like when we vote for president, sometimes they have a report card that comes out. So he told us things that he had been participating in and stuff, but we don't get the vote, so probably we don't get the report card, but
Congress will.
Yeah, but that's another thing that could help.
Yeah.
But as far as
we kind of get the report card, so like what he said was we want violent crime down. We can look at the statistics over the next 4 years to see
after he's confirmed.
Right, after he's confirmed.
Yeah.
Did violent crime actually go down, or was it just all lip service?
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. So
I mean, he's saying all the right things.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the thing of what did he say?
Parks to play in.
Fun, making sure the police have the
right
resources.
Yeah.
And I like that because who in the heck thinks it's a good idea to defund the police?
Don't ask me.
I'm sorry. But that's all I have to say about that.
And I mean, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
The whole defund the police movement.
Well,
anyways,
I wish him.
yeah, good luck.
I'm going to do a prayer too that God's will be done in this,
Yeah.
and if it's God, and it will be God's will.
Yeah.
If he's confirmed, and if he doesn't, it will be God's will.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If not, you can give it a thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Helps out the channel either way. Hope each and every one of y'all are having an absolutely wonderful, fantastic Sunday. As always, until next time,
Smile like you mean it from the Bushy Bear.
fam.
Oh, fam.
Yeah.
That's right.